Hey guys, stop everything you're doing right now and click that follow button in front of you so you get the latest update when I upload a new episode. Also, make sure that you follow me on every social media that I'm on. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Yes, and also text me there, follow me there so you won't miss out anything that I post. Okay, that's it. Enjoy. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hope everything's fine. Everyone's doing good. For those who are in Vancouver, I hope you're doing well in the heavy snowing that happened a few days ago. I fortunately am living on campus, so when the snow day happened, I just stayed in and slept it away. I don't I hate to rant about it like over and over again, but does anyone here hate snow? I mean, snowing is cool, but when it's melting, it's all slushy and like snow's supposed to be white in color, right? Why is it gray when they melt? It's all dirty and I hate it. Okay, enough of me ranting about snow. I can go on and on, but what I want to say is that in this is episode 10 to be precise, I want to talk about something that's not big brands related. I mean, in some way it's related, but not really. I want to shift the focus to something else. Matter of fact, it's actually the exact opposite. So yes, those who read the title of this podcast episode already would know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about micro brands. When it comes to micro brands, most people are pretty 50-50 about it. So let me start the conversation by defining what micro brands are. Well, according to Wikipedia, obviously, a micro brand is a small scale brand recognized only in a certain geographic location or by consumers in a specific micro market or niche market. So let's say I started a micro brand here in Vancouver. My target audience would most likely be people in Vancouver or maybe just Canada at most. The idea of micro watch brands is also something new to me. I've heard of fashion micro brands or even micro brands selling glasses and stuff like that, but micro brands that sell watches just didn't register with me at first. I mean, watches or something to be produced with highly expensive material and require a team of a decent size to assemble different parts together, right? So that requires a lot of money. I just don't see how a micro brand with minimal economic power can achieve the level of sophistication and compete with its competitor, right? So some people even hate the term micro brand as it reminds them of, scam artists and people that are trying to get rich quick who doesn't really love the art and craft in, the watchmaking industry. So what is it with the rise of all these different micro brands over recent years? One special features and perhaps the most important feature of micro brand, I'm talking about reputable ones of course, is that they provide decent looking watches at a much lower price than established brands like Omega or IWC, to a point where you see a trend of brands raising to the bottom. Let's see who can offer the lowest price without going out of business. I mean, on a consumer side, this is good. I mean, I hope they keep raising until I find a decent piece with a $50 price tag on it. But one thing to keep in mind is that if these micro brands keep raising to the bottom, the quality of watches provided by them is going to be lowered. It's inevitable. So should micro brand go for a cheaper market or a more expensive market? Let's take a look at Ming Watches. So the founder, Ming Tian, started out with one simple idea because what he wanted doesn't exist anymore. And as a fellow watch lover, I can say it is really normal to be frustrated finding out that the design you like, the watch you like, that particular watch you've been dreaming of for a long time is out of production. Ming was founded in 2017 and had already won the GHBG award a few months ago. Such level of success can easily make thousands of us jealous. went from a watch lover to having your own brand into winning one of the most respected award in the watch, in the horology scene. Let alone the fact it took them only 2 years to go global with the brand. I mean, they're not a really big thing now, but it's really amazing to see how a local brand started in Malaysia, a micro brand, to go global and winning this coveted award. But then, of course, this is one really exceptional case when it comes to micro brands. So, what about the rest? Brands like Helios and Raven Watches has been around for a bit now, although they were not award-winning brands, but they still provide immense value to watch lovers like us. So the ultimate question you may want to ask is that, should you try micro brands or stick with bigger brands? So in other words, should you take the risk? Perhaps the first thing that you're looking for in this case is the dial design and the case design, but I think this is really subjective. Every brand can have any kind of design, so it's just a matter of fact that when and where you are going to meet the one, and so it's not really a big factor. But the second most important thing would be the price. It is obvious that micro brands have a lower price than established brands, right? But you have to know why. First reason being micro brands spend less on marketing, right? Most of the time micro brands relies on word of mouth and small online campaigns that most of the time are Hail Marys if they're lucky, to write a good ad copy once in a while. That still doesn't mean that they have struck gold, right? After all, they're micro brands and most people are kind of skeptical about it. And second reason being that most brands like these use ready-made movements. They do not need to worry about making movement in-house because they are not there yet. But there are two sides to a coin. The downside of having a lower price is that they usually have really limited manpower to produce, which leads to limited stocks. So even though this is not the 5711 you're looking for, you may still be in for quite a long waiting time. So last thing that I have in mind that may be a huge factor contributing to the fact that not a lot of people are willing to invest in micro brands is that they all require online purchases, meaning that you wouldn't be able to feel the quality of the watch in your hand and closely examine it before buying it, which is something that I value the most because to me, online shopping, I'm still really skeptical about online shopping because I'm scared that I bought even though it's just a shirt or a pair of trousers, right? They wouldn't fit me after waiting for 20 business day because I'm a cheapskate, right? So being a cheapskate, I wouldn't pay $20 extra for 3 to 5, for the express delivery. So, right. So I'm afraid that after a long time, a product came to my house and it didn't fit me. So what now? I got to return it. I got to go through the whole thing. So let alone it's something that I would pay $1 or $2 and then in the end just to find out, oh wait, I didn't know it's gonna feel like that on my wrist, right? So it's really risky for me, but then also a lot of people see that, oh, overall it doesn't cost a lot of money for a watch. So why not try it? Maybe in the end it's something that they've been looking for with a crazy low price, right? So there's two sides to it. I'm more of the no side, but at the same time, I really appreciate all the designs all these micro brands has because they look absolutely amazing. Being a micro brand didn't hinder them, the designer team, to produce ugly looking watches. They all are very impressive. Of course, I'm still talking about reputable ones, right? So in conclusion, it is it's all about taking risk and investing onto brands that may or may not deliver, because you never know. But then again, the reason why big brands are considered established is because they have been through the test of time. Most watchmaking giants have been around for more than 60 to 70 years, and some even over 100. So who knows? Maybe in the next 2, 5, or 15 years, who knows? The micro brand that you've decided to trust in and invest in turn out to be another Ming Watches. And it will be one of the best days of your life, right? You know you made a right decision. You now the watch you have, its value is gonna skyrocket, right? So there you have it. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the latest episode of the podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button in front of you. I'm not sure if you're listening this on Spotify or Anchor, but either way, make sure you're following me on every social media platform, on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Anchor, Spotify, everything. Just make sure you're following me. You'll get the latest news on articles, uploads, podcasts, new news, all kind of posts on watches and whiskeys. If you're not, you're missing out. So yeah, make sure you're following us. And until next Sunday, have a great week, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you guys.